对阵来自比利时的韩联宇。
Team HSBC from Korea versus Lian Tai from Belgium.
裁判员彭海宁，方式裁判李维。
Umpire Peng Haining from China. Service judge Li Wei from China.
So here we are then at the China Open 2023 in Changzhou, and it is day 2 of action. We're still in the first round of matches, and now into the third match here of the day on court 1. It's men's singles. Chou Tien Chen of Chinese Taipei will take on Shi Feng of China. He is the 6th seed in this tournament. Matches have come pretty quickly thus far. In this half of the draw, we see that the winner of this match between Chou and Li will take on the winner of Lu Guangzhou and Angus Ng-Ka Long. Also a very intriguing affair, that one. This is in the bottom half of the draw. So Chinese players back on court. We didn't have any in the last round of matches, so there'll be plenty of noise, I'm sure. There's Shi Feng. Who's still yet to meet Chou Tien Chen. First meeting between these two.
Red, black.
Shi Feng,
Red.
of course, famously winning All England this year.
The toss.
And the US Open.
There's no iris. No iris.
He also got to a couple of finals, the German Open and the Canada Open. He's also had 4 first-round exits: Indonesia Masters, Japan Open, Malaysia Open, and the Swiss Open. So it's been quite the contrast for him. And then also a few quarter-final appearances and a semi-final appearance. So the Thailand Masters in the quarter-finals of the Singapore Open and the India Open. Chou Tien Chen, he's had a final appearance at the Swiss Open, and not much more than that, really. A couple of quarterfinals at the Australian Open and India Open, as well as the Indonesia Open. He's 33 years of age now, 180 centimeters tall. Currently 11th. Now that is his lowest ranking in some time. He is a former world #2, and that was first achieved in August of 2019. The World Championships last year, he got a bronze medal. Asian Games silver in 2018. He gets to defend that very soon near here in Hangzhou. He's a former Asian champion, bronze medalist in 2019 as well. Shi Feng is 23. He's just a bit taller at 182 from Jiangxi. He's currently 7th in the world. He has been a bit higher at 5th, achieved a very short while ago, July of 2023. And a former boys Olympic champion in the Youth Olympics in 2018. Also a former World Junior champion, bronze medalist. Has got 3 titles on the World Tour. Won the Canada Open in 2019, as I mentioned, very famously winning the All England, beating Shi Yuqi in the final. And also won the US Open this year, beating Kunlavut Vititsan. Chou Tien Chen, in terms of titles on the World Tour, has got 7 of them. Most recently the Taipei Open last year. With me here,
Ready to play?
umpire Datan there from India. And he's supported by the service judge Robertos Tommy Oscariano from Indonesia. Steen, very good morning to you. How are you doing today?
Morning, morning. Looking forward to the matches here. This is an interesting one. Shi Feng with the large strapping on his right knee. How's that going to affect him? Yes, Victoria Cow.
Cheerleader, therapist, psychologist, everything rolled into one.
Yeah.
One of the a very distinct example of a player without a coach, Chou Tien Chen. He's been adamant about that for the last few years. Well, the noise levels have risen considerably. At this China Open, Chou Tien Chen, his best performance was a semi-final in 2014 and 2018.
On my right, Chou Tien Chen, Chinese Taipei. And on my left, Shi Feng, China. Chou Tien Chen to serve. Love all.
Making his debut here, Shi Feng, in this China Open. Let's see how he goes. A start there from Chou Tien Chen.
One love.
What's your take on Chou these days, Steen?
Well, he hasn't had the best of seasons
Yeah.
so far. Has dropped a bit on the rankings. I've seen him play a couple of times. That's actually looked quite good, but hasn't really gotten the results at the bigger tournaments that he was hoping for.
Would it be too simplistic to say it's about age? Because he does keep himself in tremendous shape, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's in fantastic shape, but I think one thing for certain is that Father Time will eventually catch up on you. The question mark is when it's going to happen.
Yeah. As we mentioned, 33 years of age. Oh, talking about playing some fantastic stuff. He's off to a good start here against Shi Feng. Yesterday we had a player who's sort of going the other way, who's, as he's getting older, is getting better, Pranoy. Oh, some fantastic recoveries and saves there from Shi Feng. Playing really good defensive stuff. Stay in this rally. Really had to stretch for that one. Shi Feng played 39 first-round matches, won 27 of them. And we mentioned Pranoy earlier, that's the only one he's lost. In the last 8. Pranoy dumping him out the opening round of the Japan Open recently. Drops that nicely.
Yesterday with Pranoy and Eng Se-yong, and the drift was alongside the court, coming from the far side towards the near side. But later on, when Lars Antonsen went on court against Lakshya Sen, it was totally the opposite.
Oh, he went the other way, did he?
Yeah. So I think, from what I've seen here, that it is still the way was in the Anders Antonsen match that Chou is playing with the drift, so the drift goes from the near side to the far side. You have to be a little bit careful playing the back court.
And just to explain that, Steen, the drift can change within, as you say, within a day, can change within hours.
Within minutes.
It's because maybe doors are opened or another aircon is turned on, something like that, right?
Yeah.
It could be anything like that.
Doors opened would probably be the factor. Or doors closed would be the factor that that sort of changes it momentarily. I think the aircon here must be constant, I think, because it's quite warm in the stadium.
Long rally. Very, very good one. Long rallies we've had already. And Shi Feng now moving 5 clear of Chou Tien Chen.
7-2.
Up against it already. Chou Tien Chen, who's played 212 opening round matches and won 142 of them. He's won almost 70% of his opening round matches. The last time he was dumped out in the opening round was also when the Japan Open. That was by Kidambi Srikanth. He's won his last 2. So like his opponent, only 1 loss in his last 8 opening round matches.
Service over. 3-8.
I was a bit disappointed by Shi Feng at the World Championships as well. I'd expected more from him, but that strapping on the right knee that perhaps had something to do with it. See, that stayed in there.
Service over. 9-3.
Presumably played up against the drift from Lee. I suppose he will be targeting the Asian Games coming up in 2.5 weeks' time.
Not far from here in Hangzhou.
A little bit south.
Yep.
From Changzhou.
Played that a little bit late. Well, needed some points, didn't he?
Service over. 4-9.
There's a losing record overall against Chinese players, Chou Tien Chen. 34 wins in 75 matches. But has won 3 of his last 4. We're seeing a lot more actual toweling here rather than the mops.
Yeah.
The usual mops that we see. There's also a lot more sweating going on here.
It's quite warm in the arena.
Yeah.
And I can't really see the mops, but sometimes no, it is actually the correct mops, I think.
Yeah, they do have the correct mops as well, but they're using a lot of the towels, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's also you need to change the cloth on the mop because it gets wet as well.
Yep.
And then you're just spreading the
You make it worse.
perspiration, and it becomes really dangerous. Some types of cork are a little bit more likely to become slippery than others.
Very quick to the net there, Chou Tien Chen. To kill off that point. And actually he's battled back really nicely here. Remember, he was in a little bit of trouble. He was trailing 8-2 1 point, and then 9-3. So he's won 4 in a row here. And finally ends that run, Shi Feng.
Service over. 10-7.
Absolutely smashed that away. And he goes into the interval. 4-point lead here, Shi Feng, 11-7 in the first game.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coach, return to your chair. Shi Feng.
So Shi Feng 4 clear here of Chou Tien Chen in this opening game.
Play.
Good shot. Lovely. Down the line. From Shi Feng.
That's not an easy shot because the trajectory of the shuttle was going cross. You have to sort of break that movement and have some accuracy straight down the line.
Which is what Chou Tien Chen was hoping for there.
13-7.
Now trailing by 6. Again in some trouble.
Oh, that's a great shot. Lovely work. Catching Chou off guard. Chou was looking for
14-7.
a kill at the net. Totally unprepared for that shot there. That's the corner you leave open in those situations. A fantastic shot by Shi Feng.
He's having problems here, Chou Tien Chen. Well, he's needed that, hasn't he? Big time.
Service over.
So
8-15.
and that is his first point since the interval. That brings an end of 6 points in a row for Shi Feng. He's had some good runs already. Nice and easy for the Chinese shuttler.
Service over. 16-8. Service over. 9-16.
There you go, more wiping to be done. Up and down. So we've got a mop on one side and the towel on the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pirouette there from Chou Tien Chen.
Service over. 17-9.
It's a very healthy 8-point lead now for Li.
再次提醒您，请关闭手机闪光灯。Listening off the line. Thank you.
A number of times from down that side.
18-9.
Good defense by Chou. I think we're going to see him
10-18.
try to come back in the second game in a totally different manner when he gets to play up against the drift.
Out, but he is going to. There, just reminded again that the review system at the moment isn't quite functioning due to some technical issues. So they are going to try and fix that.
Yeah, I can see we've just lost the lights up here.
Yeah, this has been an ongoing problem with the review for a bit today. So Chou Tien Chen can't really look at that one.
Please. Service over. 11-19.
Shi Feng is a very, very good position here.
Thank you.
That's good. That's more like it from him.
12-19.
Outside the picture, Shi Feng is looking back at the center of play. Look at that there. You see his left leg was slipping.
So Steen, this is the first time he's been out of the top 10 since 2014. Chou Tien Chen. It's tough, isn't it, for him, for someone who's been right at the top of his game for so long.
Yeah, it is. Definitely is. It takes its toll on your self-confidence.
And now Lee with 7 game points here.
Service over.
It's the first time, as I said,
Game point.
he's been outside that top 10. Long time.
And he's been lacking good results, especially at the bigger events. It's mostly first round, second round, quarterfinals for Chou.
Service over.
Only
14,
in the Swiss Open did he make the weekend. So in many ways, it's been brewing.
Yeah.
Game.
Shi Feng takes the first game.
Won by Shi Feng.
To be honest, pretty comfortably in the end. 21-14. Bit of work to do here for Chou Tien Chen. He's going to turn this around.
Good 1, 20 seconds. Good 1, 20 seconds.
So Chou Tien Chen now trailing after the first game. So Steen, to clarify again, you felt the conditions here were more similar to what you saw later yesterday evening, meaning that the drift was behind, coming from behind Chou Tien Chen on the near side in the first game, right? So this time he's going into the drift.
He's playing up against the drift now. We'll see Shi Feng having to be more careful playing the backcourt of Chou. He might be able to play it, but not with a whole lot of pressure. And we'll see him play much more downwards and trying to keep things flat. We'll probably see very few clears, mostly lifting if he needs to from the front court.
So it's over. 1 all.
sensing that they need to play a part in this second game. Remember, he started the first game quite confidently, Chou Tien Chen.
That's what you want to do on the near side of the court here. You want to attack a bit more because your attack obviously gets a bit more bite. Arrives a split second faster on the opponent's court. And he's got a big smash, Shi Feng.
Thank you.
Pressure on Chou, and that's what you want to do. You want to steal time. See? Constant pressure. That's fantastic play.
Just got to be relentless, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. You want to play with pace if possible. That, of course, has to be from above the tape. Good defense. Oi, there we saw it. There we saw it. Oi, 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 oi.
Almost doing the splits there.
Yeah.
Shi Feng. And remember, with the strapping and all that, you almost feel it for him.
Yeah, he gets
he's
a good stretch in his hamstring there, and he gets the heel cap of the shoe up in his Achilles.
Yeah.
So that's something that really hurts. It can be much, much more dangerous. Of course, these players are very flexible, but there's a risk that it can go horribly wrong.
It doesn't seem to be the worse for wear, but we'll see.
But the mental part of it is tough as well. And I think we're going to see, given the temperature in the arena here, we're going to see a lot of mopping.
Yeah.
Courts here. Good shot by Chou.
5-3.
One of the things that he wants to do is also steal time from his opponent, using small deceptions, get him off balance, where it's more difficult to control the shots and likely to lift. That's a wasted. Not a big opportunity, but a wasted chance of taking control there from Chou.
Quick to the net, they're pouncing on that one, Shi Feng. That looked like it was crossed.
I think he was. I think he probably was, but it's a tough call.
Tough one,
even when we see it in replay here, we have a tough time calling it, and the umpire has to do it in real time.
Yeah, fair. That was tight, I agree.
6-5. over.
That
6
is the
all.
better option.
Victor, they're just cheering him on.
There's a situation where we see a clear from Shi Feng, but it's a high passive clear, leaving the initiative with Chou, and he makes the most of it. And that's the trouble by playing the near side here, or playing with the drift, that you cannot really punch these clears to the back court. If you do so, you have to have great touch, and it often takes 2-3 matches to get that. So in the weekend we see the players best at coping with the conditions, and sometimes we forget that there's still drift. Oftentimes in the weekends.
Lovely shot there from Chou. See the sweat dripping off Shi Feng.
Nine, 6.
I think it was Chou who won the coin toss, wasn't it? Elected to start on the near side here, so in case of a third and final game, he will finish on the better end.
Yeah, of course, that calculus has to come into play.
I just talked to coaches, and we discussed this, that the wind changed yesterday, and that really is of significance, in my opinion, in terms of what you choose. Some players like to choose the better side first, some players like to choose the worst side first.
Purely a preference thing, isn't it? A personal preference.
Yes, but I think it has to there's a challenge here.
Chou Tien Chen,
It has to be taken into consideration that the drift has changed yesterday. It changed whilst play was going on. So,
amazing.
In my opinion, you got to change. You got to choose the good side.
That is in by a very thin margin. Yes, Steve, sorry. Yes.
Yeah. And the reason for that is that if you choose the bad side in the opening game and the drift suddenly changes, then you end up with a deficit in both the first two games, and I don't think you can afford it.
Yep.
So you have to
go at least with the what you know is a good side at the start.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you have to face the difficulties towards the end of an eventual decider. Lots of deceptions. Some of them a little bit too big. Basically, you don't want us to be able to notice it when we're watching the screen. Live in the arena, it's a different thing. But on the screen, you want the deceptions to be so small that it's almost undetected.
Great reactions again, but we said it before about Shi Feng to be relentless.
9 all.
Certainly feels like he's in a better place in this second game, Chou Tien Chen.
Oi. He was a little bit lucky, but couldn't keep it inside.
He was caught out there, wasn't he?
10, 9.
Challenge from Shi
Challengers
Feng.
called out.
Slow on asking for that, so I'm not sure how convinced he is. much tighter second game we're having. Oh, he's done it quite convincingly in.
Correction in. Service over. 10 all.
In. No, all right.
Just out. He's challenging that one though, Chou.
Yeah.
What do you think? I think
difficult to judge from up here. Chou taking the chance to change his t-shirt whilst
umpire didn't really want that.
Hawkeye is adjudicating, and it was in.
Oh, this is even tighter, this one, than the earlier.
And now Victoria Cow is coming on court. Oh yeah,
it's interval.
Of course, it's interval.
11-10.
11-10 in.
Chou Tien Chen. It was tight.
逼得太前了，你也要有后场，他有的时候会冲的，让后场带一下。你现在后场控制得很好，力量啊控制得很好，保持住啊，不要太单一了，也不要全给他后场，也不要全往前。但是抢在上手的话，就该抢的就抢，啊，抢住了就不要退，因为他在下手的时候抛球，你有时间退回来，但是他经常会回放我就抓他不住，好吧？啊，保持住啊，打得不错的啊，加油啊！先说的没什么问题。
Good 1, 20 seconds. Good 1, 20 seconds. Eleven, 10.
So Chou Tien Chen just in front here in the second game, 11-10. Shi Feng having won the first very comfortably. To the net, frustration.
Break his spin there.
He's saying there was some contact, Chou Tien Chen, with Shi Feng. Umpire saying no.
11-12.
Yeah, otherwise the umpire should have called
he
it
would have
himself.
said fault, wouldn't he?
So that was more like preparation for the next time it happened, hoping for a call.
Is that just to put a seed of into the umpire's mind?
That's on the line, I
Feng,
think.
challengers called out.
Yeah, I've never seen an umpire change his
okay
mind
then.
and say, oh,
Since
sorry, I
that.
didn't see that. Well, actually, I probably have seen some being a little bit influenced at the time.
That is out. Shi Feng is unsuccessful.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over. 13.
So he leads by 2 here, Chou.
Play. Service over. 12-13.
Nicely done.
Service over. 14-12.
可以回抢这球。
beautifully done by Shi Feng.
Service over. 13-14.
Keep it close, 2-3 points more. If we get to like 17 all or something, then he could really invest in increasing the pace. Shi Feng hopes to finish this match in straight games.
Yes.
Look how close he is standing to the front court. Chou needs to play him away from the net. That's brilliant. It's showing me some self-confidence that he dares to stand so close. He's not afraid of the lifts from Chou. Is ready to work hard, moving to the backcourt if needed to, Shi Feng.
Valuable at this stage. And Chou Tien Chen have been in the lead since the interval. 11-10. It's the first time since then that Shi Feng in front here. Oh, not too much on that. Let's see what he was trying to do.
15-16.
Well, that lead has gone for Li. On the tape there for a second.
Good net play. Excellent.
Chou is back in front.
17-16.
Well, truly out that one. Nice work from Chou. He's now got that 2-point cushion. Giving himself an opportunity now, perhaps, to this one all.
18-16.
3 more required for Chou. There's still some fight here for Shi Feng.
Service over. 17-18.
You feel he's coped better with the conditions on this side, Shi Feng, than Chou did?
Yeah, I don't think Chou tried too much in the first game. We're going to see a different start in the third if he manages to force a decider. Chou also used more energy. Shi Feng in the second game, but that's what you do when you're like, what is it, 22, 23?
Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah, good reactions.
And he's got 3 game points here, Chou.
20, game point, 17.
quickly that took a back turn for Shi Feng. 16-14 up. Now lost 6 of the last 7 points.
Badly needed that, but still got 2 more game points to save.
So it's over. 18-20.
Mohammed from Indonesia versus Shadi from India.
Some mopping up to be done. You see a number of sweat patches.
I wonder if players are going to be satisfied with that.
I can see one from here, I think. Let's have a look. Well, looks like they are going to go on. 2 game points still for Chou Tien Chen. He converts. We are going to 3 here.
Won by Chou Tien Chen, 21-18. 1 game off.
1-1 it stands. And it's going to be a fascinating battle in the 3rd.
Code 1, 20 seconds. Code 1, 20 seconds. Final game. Locked all.
So into the 3rd game now we go. Chou Tien Chen and Shi Feng. I'm not sure I've asked you this before, but your thoughts on players that opt not to choose to have a coach in their corner. It's something that Chou's obviously very well known for.
Yeah, he is. And we've seen Anders Antonsen win a tournament without a coach. I think Victor played for a tournament without a coach as well. Answer is, if it was such a fantastic thing, why isn't more players doing it?
Right.
When that is said, then it's also about finding a coach that you're working well with and that is able to help you. And that can probably be difficult at times.
Right.
there's a lot of coaches out there, but who's the right one for you? And different coaches work well with different players. That's at least what I've experienced.
And personalities, right?
Yeah, exactly. There were some players that I just clicked better with than others, and luckily there were coaches that could help them, because so in a national team, when it's a national team, you need to have different personalities and different expertise. Is the way I see it. When you're outside a national team, well, it's difficult. It's also difficult for a coach. I mean, if Chou was to employ a coach of his own, would you leave a job in a club or a national team and then risk that if things are not working out, then you're without a job? Because there's not that many of those positions. So
you take the risk.
We've seen from Li Shijia, who parted ways with Indra Vijaya, and now with the Indonesian women's singles, that suddenly things can change. So I think it's something that's under development.
Fantastic start
But here, to answer your question, I think in general it's better to play with a coach than without, in general. But there are
exceptions. And
Point.
first point on the board for Chou Tien Chen. I'm asking because, you know, with conditions quite extreme that they have been here.
Yeah.
And I think yesterday you and I had a very fascinating chat when Pranoy and Ng Se-yong were talking about, and all the different permutations that are going through a player's head, or a coach will keep some of that back and not talk about it too early.
Yeah, try to emphasize what's needed.
It's over. 6-1.
Here, down 6-1. He
Right.
needs to start scoring.
I think any coach would have told him that now, right?
Yeah, and it wouldn't have helped him too much.
Right.
They needed to try and explain him how he can score.
Well, that's one way, certainly. Because, you know, yesterday you and I were kind of talking like it was almost like a chess match, wasn't it? It was very tactical.
Yeah.
The approach that was given. I mean, what a fantastic win for Ng Se-yong when it looked like Pranoy was in pole position.
Exactly.
And this is probably where a coach would be so handy on that tactical side of things, wouldn't it?
Yeah, sometimes, but other times a coach would be a disturbing factor, because, I mean, let's say I was employed as Chou's coach, I would try to help as much as I could to sort of make up for the money he was paying me. And maybe he didn't need that help, so I was disturbing more.
Too much going in, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes you want to do too much. You want to feel like I'm a part of the win.
Justified.
And a big part of the win.
Okay.
So I think sometimes coaches can end up disturbing more than...
Does that overcomplicate the matter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's interesting. It's a very interesting dynamic. But as you say, overwhelmingly players have a coach with them.
Yeah.
In their corner. And right now, Shi Feng is playing brilliantly against Chou here. Now, we did say, going by what we have seen so far, that Li is playing into the drift.
Yeah, he wants to get as much ahead as possible.
Now, you were saying yesterday at the interval of the third game that the player on the so-called better side wants a 4-point margin around there.
That was actually the one playing the worst side. No, that was, yeah, that's right.
11-7. Yeah.
That depends a little bit. I don't think 4-point necessarily is enough, or the right amount. Depends on your skills. Whether you can have skills that can play the more difficult side and so on. Basically, Chou should go in here looking to be ahead at the interval, because Shi Feng is coming with a much sharper and much better plan. And I'm sure about that, because in the coaching chair is Sun Jun, the former world champion. And the way I see it, he's helped the Chinese men's singles, especially Shi Feng, Shi Yuqi, and to some extent also Wei Qingyang.
Right.
So So I don't think it's a coincidence that Li Shi Feng just wins the All England.
And you mentioned you thought that Li handled the conditions better on the more difficult side than Chou did.
Yes, but I also feel that Chou
has learned from that, right?
Didn't play that much to the conditions in the first game.
Okay.
But it's disappointing that he's so far adrift here in the decider, and it's probably going to cost him in the match.
Yeah, he's trailing by a whopping 7 already. That's more like it from Chou. If I recall, Steve, I think actually was trailing, wasn't he?
He was trailing 13-8
at the and then bounced back superbly. Remember that?
Yeah. So he lost in the third game. He lost on the good side and won on the bad side, and that's exactly what we discussed. That you're basically playing 4 different matches within the match.
Yes.
So you're forced to learn. You're forced to develop. Otherwise, you're at the bus station.
Chou
5-10.
still has some way to go here. He trails by 5, but he's had a couple of points in a row. It's the first time he's got consecutive points in this third game. Into the interval we go. Li Shi Feng with a nice 6-point lead here. Reminder though, yesterday Eun Se-young was trailing by 5 and went on to win.
He was sliding on his knees.
Ooh. I think he's okay.
So Chou is now changing to his 4th shirt.
I've noticed how many changes he's had.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I need a doctor. I need a doctor. Hello. I need a doctor. Yeah.
He needs medical attention. Li Shi Feng.
Thought it would have been a knee. I might be wrong, but the way that Chou slid on the court, I thought it might be him. So he's fine. Change of shirt, maybe change of fortune. It's on the toe. You'll have seen these sort of situations before. How bad is blistering in badminton?
It can be very bad.
You must have seen some pretty horrible ones.
I try to close my eyes when it comes to that, because that's not a pretty sight watching a single player's feet.
Right. I can only imagine what that must be like.
And there's a lot of strapping on the toes.
Yes.
I guess for precautions.
So this is just an interesting little turn of events here. He's leading by 6, Li Shi Feng. Obviously must have had some kind of discomfort. Was asked for that spray. Is that a little ray of light for this man here? Chou Tien Chen, who, as Steve mentioned, has 4th change of top. Change of top, maybe a change in fortune. We'll see. Now, if someone's got maybe problems with his toes, do you want to? Is there a thought of trying to move him around as much as possible? Does that change anything?
So.
No. You'd be doing that anyway, right?
Yeah. You have to figure out if it prevents him from breaking the movement somewhere.
First point since the interval.
Service over. 6-11.
Goes Chou's way.
Well closed down by Chou. And this is a very interesting phase because Chou basically wants to catch up as quick as possible. So Shi Feng's got to invest now. He's got to have the right ideas. Chou's playing back. He's coming far, far too late on the front foot. Shi Feng.
7-11.
Considered looks.
Yeah. I wonder if we're hitting panic stations. He wins 3 in a row. Might well be.
He's losing that net game. Shi Feng. That's great movement by Chou.
Wow.
8-11.
3 in a row,
Yeah.
and he's within striking distance.
It's cramping it too much. He's got to possibly on the service return put a little deception on, and they then play the backcourt.
4 in a row here for Chou Tien Chen. Are we seeing another great comeback here?
It's very possible. I mean, you remember the scoreline was 16-14 in favor of Shi Feng.
Yes.
In the second game, he was actually closer to winning then than he is now.
Correct.
11-9. 2 points ahead and 10 points to go. That looked much better in the second game. Chou is winning the net again.
That's a massive relief for Shi Feng after a 4-point run from Chou Tien Chen, but he's dragged himself right back into contention. No doubt about it. Chinese Taipei player. It was 3-10 when you were saying you were a little bit disappointed with how Chou had responded in the third.
Yeah.
Six of the last 8 have gone Chou Tien Chen's way. Lee looking to build up that significant lead he had earlier. Up to 4 now. Well long, and
Service over. 10
to 3.
13.
And that's what Chou can do. He can afford to once in a while lift
11,
from the net. He was very alert the first 3-4 rallies and playing back at Shi Feng. Now he lifts and keeps the Chinese player guessing. So he's going to play the net extremely sharply if he's got to be able to overpower the front court.
Well, this is remarkable.
12,
He was
13.
trailing by 7. There's only 1 point in it now.
So, no delay. No delay. Play on, play on.
请各位观众关闭手机闪光灯，谢谢。Let's take off your smartphone. Thank you.
Still going. That's going to be. Oh, great rally. Probably relief more than anything else for Li Shi Feng. Had he drawn level, might have just struck a psychological blow.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Back on court.
Just 2 points in it here. First meeting ever between these two. So a pretty decent year, Li Shi Feng. Not so much for Chou Tien Chen. Oh dear. Well, that's going to be a little frustrating for Chou.
15, 12.
Hits the tape. Still causing all sorts of problems. Now,
Service over, 13, 15.
10 of the last 15. So the momentum still more or less in his favor, you would think. Trails by 2. Li Shi Feng cannot shake him off just yet. Gets to within 1, pressure really will be building. Gives himself a bit more breathing space here, Li.
Look how he moves away from the net.
I already told you not to take it.
Li. So the right play from Chou, but wrong execution.
Still hanging in there, Chou Tien Chen.
Service over, 14,
16-14.
16.
We saw this before, didn't we?
Yeah.
That might just be in his mind somewhere, Li Shi Feng.
Fantastic net play.
15, 16. Ciao, ciao.
Only a point in it.
Look at this.
Oh.
Even if he stood a little closer, Li Shi Feng, I doubt that he would have been able to do anything about it.
Umpire's just keeping an eye on Li Shi Feng. Keeping him on his toes. Now, can Chou draw level here? Every time he comes close, Li Shi Feng just relieves that pressure.
Service over, 17, 15.
Still very, very tight this one. We're about to hit the 70-minute mark as well. Experience here, perhaps, for Chou. Serve him in good stead. What a shot.
He's winning the net consistently. Chou Tien Chen.
16-17.
It's been the pattern for since interval time, right?
Yeah, and that's interesting. That's because he's got the extra little option. He's not using it too much, but it's there as a threat. Whilst Shi Feng, when he plays away from the net, he's got to play with more height, be a little bit more careful.
And that's why he's got such a huge reaction there. Chou Tien Chen has drawn level. A reminder, he was 3-10 down. Then at the interval, it was 5-11 down. It has been a very, very good fight here from Chou Tien Chen. The momentum with him, surely. (12-6) to Chou since the interval.
Pushed it a little bit too much there, Chou. So that is long.
Yeah, I think that's gone long as well. Scores level, only for a point.
1 challenge
Lee
remaining.
is back in front.
Service over.
Just
18,
feel there's a few
17.
more twists and turns in this one.
Play.
Very nice. Every point being cheered on by him at the moment.
Service over.
Very
18
close again.
all.
Yeah, very good net shot. If he hadn't had the quality in the net shots, then Shi Feng would have been much better off. That could have been a kill. And he's been playing so great at the net, this man.
Leon.
Now, Chou with an opportunity perhaps of taking the lead here.
Bad shot. Excellent done by Shi Feng. Picks up on the bad drive from Chou. I think it's this one here, yeah.
18.
Puts too much power in it without really being an attacking shot, and immediately faces trouble.
Every time he has come level.
And now it's going to be a chess game around the net in front court area.
Oh, net call. Shi Feng, 2 match points.
Just when he needed it most.
Oh.
Match point 18. Shi Feng.
Now, Can he hold his nerve here
Play.
against Chou, who has been superb in the last few minutes.
It's gone long.
Oh, big win, big win. Chou Tien Chen has lost this, but boy, Steve, did he give a tremendous fight. Trailing by 7 at one stage. But he really dug deep here. He looked down and out. He's having a bit of an issue here. Chou Tien Chen talking about the antics of Shi Feng. That's not going to make much of a difference. A little bit of frustration perhaps from him that he's lost. Look at that celebration, showing his emotion there. Good to see for Shi Feng. What a battle we had in this third match. Shi Feng, the 6th seed from China, though, eventually beats Chou Tien Chen 21-14, 18-21, 21-18 in 75 very, very absorbing minutes.